I'm Greg with Team Kosmos, and today we're knocking out some party ribs. So today we're gonna make some party ribs. This is a request that we've had. A lot of people wanna see real simple, real easy. One of the great advantages of doing these by cutting these up in individual pieces before you cook them is you get the rub and the sauce all the way around the rib instead of just on the top and the bottom. All right, so what is a party rib? Party rib is we're gonna cut these ribs into St. Louis cut, and then we're gonna individually slice them up into individual ribs. That way we get smoke, rub, and sauce all the way around the rib, and we're gonna cook them like that, just like we would with a regular full rack of ribs. All right, let's get started. Any pork spare ribs at a grocery store you can get. We got these Prairie Fresh today. One of the advantages to buying them as a full rack of ribs is the rib tip that we're gonna cut off here. You can actually smoke individually also if you want to. It's also cheaper to buy this and cut them down yourselves than they are to be pre-cut. And I'm gonna show y'all how to do it, so it'd be real easy for you. So we're taking this piece right here, this flap right there off. You can cook that or save that if you want. Today we're gonna chunk that. And then what we're gonna do is where that longest bone is, okay? That's where we're gonna cut across. We're gonna come all the way down. Make sure you have, most important thing to have is a sharp knife. Now you can keep this. This is what's called the rib tip. You can put that in. You can smoke that at the same time with your ribs or party ribs if you want. There's lots of different things you can do with that. So basically, we've just got St. Louis cut. We're gonna go down here and we're gonna cut off the end. We're gonna find that little bone right there. Same thing, you wanna save that, you wanna smoke that. So what we're gonna do here is we're still gonna remove the membrane, even for party ribs. Real simple, I always like to go in 2 or 3 bones in. We're gonna take a butter knife. We're gonna get underneath that. Paper towel, ASMR. Oh, that's perfect, that came out perfect. They do not all come out that way, that's simple, I can promise you. Okay, so as we explained earlier, there we go there. Turn it back over. Before we cut these in individual pieces, flip it back over. See if there's any big fat pockets there you want to kind of cut off. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now, we want to go from the back and we want to see where these ribs are. We want to cut down the middle in between each rib. We want to leave a little bit of meat. Nothing special about this. We're just going to go right in the middle. We're just going to go down and we're just going to cut them. As you go down, okay, the rack of ribs, you're gonna start seeing where if some of the bones are kind of sideways, just go with the angle of the bone in between. You get down to this part where there's that extra fat right there, you can trim that off if you want. And there you go. All right, so let's get this other rack cut up and we're gonna get them seasoned. Okay, now we are ready to season our party ribs. As you can see, we have both racks already done, ready for the Traeger, 275 degrees, gotta season them. Today, we're kind of going with a pineapple habanero rub from our Q Lab. You can become a member, it doesn't cost you anything to become a member of the Facebook Q Lab. And every month, we do a secret stash of a different type of rub. And then you get to vote to keep it or get rid of it. And if you vote to keep it, then it goes into our line to order. A little bit different here on how we're gonna season these because they're already pre-cut, so we're just gonna kind of mix it all up. So we're gonna do our binder, which is mustard. There we go. Mustard, vinegar based. It's a great binder. You do not taste the mustard after you cook it. It's great on pork butt. You can use it on ribs. It's a great binder. I always use mustard as a binder. Vinegar actually helps with the flavor of pork. It gives pork a little bit of a flavor pop. So that extra vinegar in the mustard kind of helps out with that. So we're gonna go with our pineapple habanero rub. And once again, we're just gonna kind of do a light sprinkle over and then we're gonna mix it up. Next, we're gonna go with our honey killer bee. Give it some sweetness. That's it, that's all we're gonna do. Gonna do a little something different and a little something special when we wrap these later, so you're gonna wanna see what we do to give these a little extra flavor pop. All right, now they're ready to go on our Traeger, 275 degrees for a couple hours, and then we'll wrap them and finish them up. All right, so we got our Traeger up to 275. We're gonna put our party ribs on. We always have multiple things cooking, multiple. We wanna go bone side down with these to start. All right, so got our ribs on, 275. We're gonna let them run for about 2 hours. We'll check on them. Time for a smoke bath. All right, our party ribs have been on the Traeger for about 2 hours at 275. We're gonna see what they look like and should be ready to go ahead and go into a pan for a wrap and get finished up. That right there is perfect color. You can see the smoke and the rub is on all sides. And we're gonna pan them up and sauce them up and get them ready to finish up. All right, now that we've had our party ribs on the Traeger for a couple hours, we are ready to sauce them up in the pan, get them covered up and back on. We're just gonna pour our glaze, pour our sauce on here, put some more rub. We're gonna put some honey, some turbinado sugar, and we're gonna wrap this up. So we're gonna start with our pineapple heat barbecue glaze. There's no measuring, any glaze, any sauce, anything you want, let's just get it on there. We're gonna mix that with our original competition sauce. Any combination you use for ribs, guys, is gonna be good with this. We're gonna put some honey, and we're gonna use turbinado sugar. So basically what this does, this has a higher temp point, so it's not gonna burn. So it's just gonna have a taste of like a brown sugar, which you would normally put into a rib wrap. We're gonna put a lot of this on here. Don't be shy with that. And we're just gonna put a little bit more of our rub on here. Let's get messy. We have one more thing we're gonna do to this real quick. We cut up some fresh pineapple, pour those in there with the juice. All right, we're gonna cover this up and get it back on the Traeger. I don't know, 30, 45 minutes. What we're looking for is we're looking for these to get to about 207 internal on the meat part, so. All right, so the internal temp that we're looking for on these, they've been on for about an hour. Anywhere between 205 and 207, and we're right there. So these are perfect. Look at the color on those. It's amazing. All right, everybody. Our ribs came out great. They temped out between 205 and 207. Came out perfect. Pineapple's really good. Nice and tender. Color looks great. Nice and juicy. So it's time for a party. Let's see how they taste. Good, nice clean bone. It's perfect. So, next time you're having a party and you want to have party ribs, just follow what we do in this video with any of your favorite rubs and sauces from Kosmos. You'll be the hit of the party. See you next time. Oh, I get to use my catchphrase again, and my pose. Listen, y'all gave me the smoke bath earlier, and I went with it and all, so yeah.